If I had to send the message, you guys got to really start thinking about changing some laws, and you better do it really fast before it hits your house next.
Shares his frustration with DJS Secretary Vincent Schiraldi amid growing calls for him to step down.
Governor is the person who appointed as a secretary. I think we would ask for, his resignation.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Vincent Hill. That stern message coming after a terrifying attack captured on camera near Patterson Park on Thursday night as residents fear for their safety and demand change to the state's juvenile justice system, starting at the top.
Arch McCowan shared this video of the attack and robbery of his neighbor. 18-year-old Montaz Bailey is now charged with attempted murder, but the 15-year-old suspect released to his guardian, and it's not clear if he'll be charged. McCowan calling for the immediate termination of DJS Secretary Vincent Schiraldi.
Young people are not just smaller versions of adults.
Many of my neighbors would echo my opinion that he can't step down soon enough.
He plans on sending a petition or letter signed by residents directly to Governor Wes Moore.
I think that's something that the governor should consider. We're talking about our rights as residents here to go forth and be free and not have to worry about, getting involved, being a victim of a violent crime.
Bernie, the 66-year-old, seen beaten and left unconscious.
They get apprehended, and within hours they're back on the street again. And they laugh at it.
Sending his own message to Schiraldi.
People went to jail. People had to be accountable and face up to what they did and serve whatever punishment there is. There is no punishment no more. The punishment is, don't do that again.
Meanwhile, it's not just victims and residents who appear to be fed up.
The police were very, very cooperative. They were on their game.
After Bernie's attack, Commissioner Richard Worley saying, quote, more must be done to address the ongoing challenges of crimes being committed by young people and the lack of consequences and accountability. Councilman Zeke Cohen also weighing in.
My message to the Secretary and to the entire operation within the Department of Juvenile Services is you have got to get it together for our city, for our state, and for our communities.
Meanwhile, for Bernie,
you're actually breeding criminals. You're not telling them that if they commit a crime, you're held accountable for it. What they're saying is, go do it again.
He says the release of the 15-year-old makes him feel more like prey than a resident.
And I think that we're basically being hunted up here.
Calls for Schiraldi to step down continue to grow.
I would like to see Secretary Schiraldi step down. I just think he's not effective. I think he's had time to prove himself, and it's not working out.
Senate President Bill Ferguson also responding to that attack, along with delegates Luke Clippinger, Robin Lewis, and Mark Edelson. They say in part they are aware of the horrifying robbery and release by DJS of the 15-year-old suspect. They say they are in touch with Secretary Schiraldi for a better understanding of how something like this could happen again, and also with City State's Attorney Ivan Bates to determine appropriate next steps. Secretary Schiraldi's policies and philosophies have come under fire. He supports eliminating youth prisons and reducing the footprint of community corrections. He doesn't think young people should be exposed to the adult prison system until they're at least 25 years old. Schiraldi also believes parole and probation should be abolished. Those philosophies are in contrast with new Maryland policies. The law will extend probation for some young offenders. Fox 45 News asked Schiraldi if he would uphold the new law. He says he will.
This administration supports the juvenile crime legislation. We need a balanced approach where we help kids turn their lives around, but we also sort of hold them accountable. I'm 100% behind the governor on that.
And you think this will do that, hold juveniles more accountable?
I think there's way more than just legislation that has to do that. We have to administer this department in a way that holds them accountable and us accountable.
Also, starting in November, DJS will have 15 days, no longer 25, to conduct their intake process unless a police officer formally recommends the child be detained. Then DJS will only have 2 days to make its recommendation on the case.
I'm Mary Bubala. Thank you for watching. Here's another video for you to watch. Also take some time to subscribe to our YouTube channel.